and welcome back to my wrestling show, where I talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about this week, even though you people for some reason watch this show. God, you're idiots. Oh, as usual this week, I will first address questions from the audience. First thing comes from, this was back on the Worst Wrestler video, by the way, and it comes from Lotcher2K7. Apparently he thinks he's a baseball game. He says that Ric Flair is one of the greatest ever. And I obviously didn't watch WCW. Well, Lotcher, I took you up on that challenge. Remember? I said that if you can produce a match with Ric Flair that isn't the same as the rest of his matches, and an interview where he doesn't ramble, I would not only shave my head, but make a video to publicly apologize. And you people know what Lotcher did? Nothing. Proving that you people are a bunch of fucking pussies. I took you a challenge. You denied my challenge. The challenge is over now. It's done. I gave you a week. I produce 6 videos a week. Okay? And I work. And I play video games. So obviously, you're either too damn dumb to produce one or you're too damn lazy. Either way, not my fucking problem. The challenge is over. I was proved right again. Now, next one comes from this asshole, Hazman, with a bunch of 2s. Wow, he likes 2. That's probably his actual age, people. Hazman says, "Shut the fuck up, you fat lowlife. You're chatting out your ass. You obviously don't know anything about it, comma." So according to Hazman, I know nothing about my ass. Which would make sense since I obviously can't see my own ass. Though I can feel it, and it feels pretty much like an ass. Wrestling. How can you say Hogan and Triple H can't wrestle? You prick, Hogan is an icon, the most famous people in the history of wrestling. So not only can this guy have no grammar skills, Hogan is, according to him, more than one person. I guess Hogan is 2 or 3 people now. People who don't even watch wrestling know him, and Triple H has great work rate in the ring. A real professional. He still wrestled, which is spelled wrong, even when his quadricep muscle was torn. And John Cena is totally shit. He is part of the reason what WWE died. I don't know what WWE died. I thought there was only one. Apparently there's more than one. Or else that could be that WWE died. But no, he spelled what. Not only did he spell what, he spelled what wrong. What is a 4-letter word? A kindergartner could spell what? Or at least could spell halfway right, W-A-T. That could spell what? No, he spells it W-H-T. I'm assuming that's what. Then again, it could be World Health Terrorism. I don't know. So not only, according to this guy, is Hogan more than one person, and he used the word fuck. Wow, he can use fuck. I know 5-year-olds who can use fuck. And not only that, they can spell fuck and what right. Congratulations, Hazman. You are dumber than a fucking 5-year-old. Congratulations, you dumbass. Yes, Hogan is an icon. Yes, people know Hogan who don't know wrestling. Guess what? People knew Babe Ruth who didn't know baseball. That doesn't make Babe Ruth the greatest baseball player in history. No, Babe Ruth led the league in getting struck out. Babe Ruth was not a great fielder. He couldn't run most of his career. He could hit home runs. Hitting home runs does not make you the greatest baseball player ever. And if you know anything about baseball, you know that's true. So just like Hogan is not the greatest wrestler ever. And if you know anything about Hogan, you know that's true. And you know anything about wrestling, you know that's true. As for Triple H wrestling with a torn quadricep, God, if we made everybody the greatest wrestler who wrestled injured, every wrestler from about 2008 on, backwards, would be the greatest wrestler. if you use that logic, John Cena is one of the greatest wrestlers. Because John Cena has been injured so many times throughout his career and continued to wrestle because he knew that was his job, that he's the greatest ever. So that logic doesn't make sense. I mean, Jake the Snake wrestled, Hogan wrestled, Macho Man wrestled, Coco Beware. Every wrestler from about 2000 backwards wrestled injured. John Cena has wrestled injured a lot of the time. Randy Orton has wrestled injured. Batista has wrestled injured. That logic doesn't make sense. We can't name them great just because they wrestled injured. Okay, in that case, one of these local guys who've never made it to the big show and probably wrestles injured 90% of the time is the greatest wrestler ever. But don't worry, I'm not done with this has-man asshole. Because now this has-man made a comment on the female wrestling. Here's what he said. Are you still chatting shit? I can tell your life is sad with all those cans at the back. You even drank some in the video. You fat piece of shit. LOL. Apparently that was meant as a joke. Because, you know, if it was an actual joke, we wouldn't have to put LOL there because people would laugh. So, not only has he has to point out where his jokes are so we know when to laugh, but he's also a dumbass. You clearly have no friends or ambition in life, and you there with looking at your 14-inch TV, you there with looking at your... How the fuck does he know how big my TV is? My TV's not in the shot, that's my computer in the shot. And express your silly views on wrestling. You're evidently, you're as Y-O-U-R, as in I possess evidently, not as in Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, as in you are. Evidently unintelligent. How can you say Ivory is attractive? Question mark. Because she was. Now, no, I know, you're fucking retarded, which he spelled wrong. No, it's not retarded, retarded. As in, I'm a tart, or a retard. I'm a retard. As in a tart, like the food, and I'm a one of those. I don't know what a retard is, but I'm going to look it up. The only smart thing you said was about Dean Malenko in the other video. The rest, pure bullshit. Trish Stratus, ND, Lita, or GD. I have no idea what the fuck this guy's saying. He can't spell. He has no sense of grammar. Why the fuck am I even responding to him? From now on, has-been, I'm not responding to you. Until you learn to spell, until you learn grammar, until you learn how to halfway sound intelligent. Because you're saying I'm unintelligent, yet your comments have more grammatic and spelling errors than something written by a 3-year-old. And maybe that's because you're 3? I don't know. But I'm not responding to you anymore until you write it right, until you spell right and make it grammatically correct. Oh yeah, and one other thing, Hasman. Get the fuck off my channel! Lotcher2K7 said he probably masturbates over the Divas. Congratulations, Lotcher. You figured out what the Divas are for. You get the Duh Award of the Week. Dumbass. Now, today, since we got that over with, what should we talk about today then? Since I've already wasted 10 minutes of this video, today we're going to talk about the WWE Hall of Fame. First off, a Hall of Fame, the WWE has a Hall of Fame. And Hall of Fame is defined as having a building with famous people, pictures of famous people, or famous memorabilia in. Which, by that very definition alone, WWE does not have a Hall of Fame, because they do not have a building. So, congratulations, WWE. But people are going to say, oh, they have a Hall of Fame because you can go on their website and look up the Hall of Fame people. Okay, I'll be nice this time, and I'll say that is a Hall of Fame. If you immortalize them on the internet, it's a Hall of Fame. Congratulations. We're counting them as having a Hall of Fame then. Due to the fact that it's a WWE Hall of Fame, I'd assume famous people from the WWF and WWE were in it. Like the longest reigning WWF champion, Bruno Sammartino. Nope, he's not in it. How about the second longest reigning WWF champion? Yes, that's Hulk Hogan, and yes, he's in it. How about the third longest reigning WWE champion? Nope, he's not in it either, and for those wondering, that's the Macho Man. How about the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? Nope, because that's also the Macho Man, and he's also not in it. How about the second greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? No, that's the Ultimate Warrior, also a one-time WWF Champion, and he's also not in it. So who is in the WWE Hall of Fame? Well, obviously we have Hulk Hogan. And obviously we have other famous WWF people like Ric Flair, Harley Race. Ric Flair was a two-time WWF Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and Tag Team Champion. Well, if Ric Flair is in it, and he matches the criteria for being in it, then Diesel should be in it too. And so should Psycho Sid. Nope, they're not in it, though they've won just as many belts as Ric Flair has. Okay, well what about Harley Race? Why is he in it? In WWE, he won the King of the Ring. Well, in that case, Mabel should be in it. Nope, Mabel's not in it either. So what exactly is the criteria to be in the WWE Hall of Fame? We don't know because they've never told us. In Baseball Hall of Fame, we know what it takes. In Football Hall of Fame, we know what it takes. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we know what it takes. WWE Hall of Fame, they don't tell us what it takes. It's like they just pick people at random. Well, let's say they count accomplishments in other territories, other federations. Okay, let's say that. Who's the most successful non-WWE wrestler of all time? Harley Race, but he's in it. How about the most successful tag team of all time? Well, that would either be the Steiner Brothers or the Dudley Boys, neither one of which is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Well, instead of focusing on who's not in it, let's focus on who is in it. We have Hulk Hogan, we have Ric Flair, we have Harley Race, we have Gorilla Monsoon, we have Bob Backlund, we have Gorgeous George, we have Buddy Rogers. If you don't know who those people are, look it up, because I'm not going into it. But we also have Koko B. Ware and Johnny Rodz. For those wondering who Koko B. Ware and Johnny Rodz are, they're people who spent some time in WWE as pretty much glorified jobbers. If you don't know what a jobber is, look it up, because I'm not going to tell you. So let's see. We've got two glorified jobbers in there who won titles outside of the WWE, but they were minuscule titles in minuscule territories. Well, in that case, let's put the most minuscule wrestler of all time in there. Little Beaver. Nope, he's not in there. How about Vader? Vader's a three-time WCW champion and was one of the most popular stars in Japan. Is he in there? No. Okay. We don't know the criteria. They seem to just induct people at random. Who's going in there this year? Hacksaw Jim Duggan, another glorified jobber. Bob Armstrong. He's pretty much the Stu Hart of America. He's not so much famous for the championships he won, but for being the father of children who are very successful. Okay, Sonny, one of the greatest managers of all time. Okay, I'll give her credit on that. Shawn Michaels. He is one of the most popular superstars of all time. But we've got glorified jobbers like Jim Duggan, like Coco Beware, like Johnny Rodz in there. So, we don't know the criteria. They seem to induct whoever the fuck they want, no matter how successful they are. Because it was based on success, Bruno Sammartino would be in there, Macho Man Randy Savage would be in there, Ultimate Warrior would be in there. There are more, but I can't think of them right now. Vader would be in there. Vader was a very recognizable star in his day. Mankind would be, or Mick Foley would be in there, another recognizable star. So, what does this mean? Well, it means the WWF Hall of Fame is a piece of crap. They induct whoever they want, regardless of anything. They put jobbers in there, because they're jobbers. It doesn't make sense. And when you start inducting jobbers into your Hall of Fame really doesn't count for much. So WWF Hall of Fame is a piece of crap and doesn't count for anything. You really want to see wrestlers who deserve to be in a Hall of Fame, look up the Wrestling Hall of Fame. It is an actual hall. It's in New Jersey, if I remember right. They've got a lot of the biggest stars in wrestling history in there. That is the true Hall of Fame. That would be an honor to be in. The WWE Hall of Fame, it's not really an honor anymore, because they'll induct whoever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter their careers. But due to the WWF Hall of Fame not making sense, letting in jobbers, not having an actual hall, not having really famous people in there, and never releasing criteria, I figure they're a lot like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Where at the Walk of Fame, if you want to be on it, you pay them $2,000 and they'll put you in the Walk of Fame. I could be in the Walk of Fame, except for the fact I don't have $2,000. We here at MI Genius Productions, even though this show doesn't really count as an MI Genius Productions show, have decided to institute our own Hall of Fame. Our first induction this year will be Spoonie. Join us for the next 5 weeks as we announce the next 5 inductees and then have a Hall of Fame ceremony. Well, that's all for today. Tune in next week. Or don't. I really don't give a shit. Bye.